Hi everyone. I know, it's been a very long time. I'm so sorry. I haven't uploaded since April. I know, I'm sorry. I really want to be truly, I'm being so for real. I want to be more consistent with making videos because it's so fun to make videos. It's really something I enjoy. I like documenting my life even if my life is quite boring, because it is. But that's okay. I like documenting it anyway. Also, I know my background's different and this angle is weird. I'm sorry. Some unforeseen circumstances happened and I had to move out of my townhouse that I was living in and back in with my parents. So right now I am sleeping on an air mattress in my old bedroom until we can get my bed back, which is still in the townhouse. So yeah, I've been kind of uncomfortable. I'm sleeping on an air mattress for a week now. Yeah, so hopefully I can get my bed back soon. So sorry that the angle is weird. But today's video is about something very exciting. In 8 months, I am moving to Japan. Oh yes, round of applause, round of applause. Yeah, I'm moving to Japan in 8 months, so I'm moving in March. Right now it's July 9th right now, actually, if you want to be specific. So yeah, I am moving to Japan in March. I'm going to language school there. My language school semester starts in April, and I'm moving there a month early to make sure everything is in order before I start school, because I wouldn't want to be scrambling to get everything done while I'm also going to school. That would stress me out so bad. But I'm making this video today not only to announce it, but also just to talk about what I'm doing to prepare for this. This has been something in the making for 3 years. I wanted to move and go to language school in Japan for 3 years. I have been studying Japanese for 5 years, self-studying, but I'm not as consistent as I'd like to be, so I can really only hold a small conversation, and I'm not great at reading it. I'm good at reading hiragana and katakana, but I'm not really great at reading kanji, which, I mean, a lot of people are not great at reading kanji. It's difficult for a reason. But I am actually going to get back on that grind now that I'm actually officially going to language school, so that I can be a decent level when I get there. But yeah, I just want to go over today how I'm preparing for this incredibly big move. Like, this is a big move. And you're probably thinking, well, didn't you just say you just moved back in with your parents? Yeah, well, that was different. I had my plan originally was to move from my townhouse to Japan, but then, like I said, unforeseeable circumstances happened, and I had to move back in with my parents. But this is actually kind of good, because it'll actually make it a lot easier for me to move to Japan from my parents' house than from the townhouse. And mainly because I had a lot more belongings in the townhouse, a lot more furniture, but now that I'm moving out of the townhouse, I'm selling all that furniture now, instead of having to worry about that for the next 8 months. But that brings me to the first thing that I am doing to prepare for this incredibly big move, and that is purging so many of my belongings. So in the next 8 months, I am going to sell things and get rid of things as much as I can. I have a lot of K-pop albums that I really love, but I don't think I'm going to be able to bring a lot of them over there with me. I don't think I want to actually bring any of them over with me. I'll just get more when I'm in Japan. So I'm gonna sell all of those, because I do still have the original photo cards for like every single one of them. So I am just gonna sell my albums, probably on Depop. That's where I've sold them before. So if you're interested, I don't know, put my Depop. I got self-sponsor. Is that what the word is? I don't know. Whatever. I also am going to get rid of a lot of my clothes, donate my clothes, maybe sell my clothes if I think anybody would want what I'm getting rid of. I don't know. Because I'm only going to be taking 2 big suitcases of things, plus 1 carry-on of my stuff, to the country. Because it is incredibly hard to ship things over when you don't have a home there already. You don't have an address. When I was originally trying to figure all of this out, like because like I said, this has been 3 years in the making. When I was originally trying to figure out how to ship a lot of my things over, I was doing a lot of research, and I could not for the, I was thinking like maybe, okay, like you're shipping things over, you could have the moving companies ship them to a like storage unit in Japan, and maybe they can do that. Like, I'm not saying that they can't at all. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is I could not find out for the life of me how you did that. So, because originally I wanted to bring my TV with me, but that's another crazy thing. If you want to bring electronics or any really expensive electronics like TVs, or like speakers, like big speakers, and stuff like that, you have to fill out a customs list thingy, which is really extensive. That's also why I didn't want to ship over my stuff, because my customs thing will be a lot easier since I just have suitcases full of stuff. You have to fill out a customs list, and you have to have the receipt for when you purchased said item. And my TV that I have right now was gifted to me by my granddad, and I know that he doesn't have the receipt and I don't have the receipt. So I was like, I'll just buy a TV over there. Like, I don't need to bring my TV. It's too big anyway. Like, it's too big to bring over. Like, it's fine. So I'm just be purging my belongings so that all of the stuff that I want to bring fits into 2 big suitcases and my carry-on. I have a lot of anime figures that I hold near and dear to my heart, and I want to be able to bring a decent amount of those with me. So, yeah, I'm going to be getting rid of a lot of stuff. And then probably some of my plushies too. I want to bring some of my plushies with me because I have like a ton. I have a ton, but I will probably get rid of a couple of those. And of course, a lot of clothes. I'm not going to bring a lot of clothes over there because I can just buy new ones, and I won't really need a lot of intricate outfits for the first couple of months that I'm there. Or even just like the first month that I'm there. Like, if I want to go out and shop the second month, like whatever. But yeah, that's the first thing I'm doing, because, sorry if I keep shifting. This is such an uncomfortable thing right now. My poor dog, he's sleeping on the bed with me, and I keep moving, and he's probably really mad at me. Anyway, speaking of my dog, brings me to my second thing that I'm preparing for. I'm bringing my dog with me. So, when I lived in the townhouse, I was going to try to wait to get a dog until I moved to Japan. That way I wouldn't have to ship a dog over. But I was starting to really miss the dogs at my parents' house, and it was getting unbearable, and so I got a dog. And I love my dog. He's my baby. I treat him like he is actual child. Like, I spend so much money on him. I treat him like a child. So I have to bring him over there with me. But it is not easy to bring a pet over to Japan, especially a dog or a cat, because Japan is a rabies-free country. They don't have any rabies, which I think is really impressive. And if you're coming from a rabies country like me, I live in the States, which, by the way, the only state in all the United States that doesn't have rabies is Hawaii. So if you live in Hawaii and you want to bring your dog over, you don't have to go through as an extensive process as you do if you live in any other state. And I live in any other state. I do not live in Hawaii. So, I have to go through a lot of extensive, like, rabies vaccination stuff, and just, like, a bunch of extensive veterinary stuff. It's a hard process to bring your animal over, and then you are limited on what apartments you can rent as well, because, Japanese landlords are still kind of fickle about allowing pets in their apartments, which is totally understandable. And even like America is like that, where you're very limited if you're trying to find an apartment when it comes to like an animal friendly one. I could do this process by myself. I could like do all the paperwork myself, but I would mess it up exponentially. I would fuck it up so bad, and he would not be able to come with us, or with me. I'm going by myself. I'm going to Japan by myself. Yes! Yes! Little boy in the big world. That's me. Little boy in the big world. Anyway. Sorry. Oh my god. I'm losing my mind. I'm so sleep deprived right now because of this damn air mattress. So, I'm hiring someone to move my dog over for me. And while I recommend this more than anything, because I guarantee you if you've never done this before, you'll probably also mess it up if you're trying to move your dog over to another country, specifically Japan, whatever. While I absolutely recommend hiring someone, it is expensive and you should be very prepared for that. I don't remember the name of the people I am going with to move my dog with me, but they have 3 different packages you could pick from. And you know, as the packages get more expensive, they are doing more stuff for you, which is nice. But I am stuck between the cheapest package and the middle package, because the cheapest package, they do most of the stuff for you, but you have to gather all the paperwork for them, like all the veterinary paperwork and stuff like that. You have to gather all of that for them. They don't do that for you. And then you also have to clear customs. You have to clear your dog through customs by yourself. Now, they do say on their website that when they are like calling you and talking to you about your animal, they will teach you how to clear your animal through customs. But okay. They will teach you how to clear your dog through customs, but like you have to do it on your own, and then you have to be responsible for transporting your animal wherever you're transporting it. But the second tier, so I'm really going back and forth because they're both expensive, but the first one is less expensive. I'm really going back and forth on this right now. But the second tier one, they do all the stuff that they do in the first tier, but they also get all your veterinary paperwork for you, and they clear your animal through customs, and they bring your animal to you wherever you are. And that is what I'm really kind of worried about with my dog, is that he doesn't really like crates that much. Like, he'll be okay, but he doesn't really like them that much. And so it's going to be really difficult to transport a carry-on, 2 things of luggage, and then a crate with a dog in it to my Airbnb that I'm going to be staying at, because I'll get into that in a second, but I will be staying at an Airbnb. And so if I did the cheaper option, I would have to do all that. But if I did the slightly more expensive option, they'd bring him to my Airbnb, and I wouldn't have to worry about it, and I wouldn't have to clear him through customs. So, but I'm gonna be so honest with you guys, the cheapest one is $3,000. And the middle one, the one that I'm also going back and forth with, is $5,000. So I'm really going back and forth. I don't know which one to pick. It's expensive. Like I said, this has been a 3-year in the making thing, so I have been saving up for 3 years for this. So I am financially able to do this stuff, which I am very grateful for, that I've been able to save up. But it doesn't make it like any less expensive. Like, genuinely does not make it any less expensive. So I'm really going back and forth. I don't know which one to do. I don't have to pick until August. I have a month. I still have a month to do that. But I'm really going back and forth, guys. I don't know, like, what I want to do. But once I figure it out, once I get in the process of moving my dog, if you guys would like a video on what that process looks like and what my experience was with it, I'll absolutely make one for you. I don't mind talking about it. But yeah, I'm moving my dog over with me, and I highly recommend that you hire someone to do it, because that's what I'm gonna do. So the next thing I'm preparing for is my accommodation before I have an apartment there. You can't get an apartment in Japan until you are in Japan. You can't like get it outside. Sometimes I look at the websites that I look at apartments on, because I always look at Japanese apartments like now, because I just want to like look at what my options are and gauge what I can get for my budget, which is significantly cheaper to live there. Like, holy shit, it actually like gives me whiplash how much cheaper it is than America. But you can't get an apartment until you live there. But anyway, like I was saying, the websites that I look at sometimes they're like, you can book this now and move in when you get there, and I'm like, how? Because most apartments, I guess maybe they're changing now because foreigners are living there so much more frequently now. But you need your Zaidu card or your resident card. And that is one of the requirements for having to get an apartment. Also, you need a Japanese bank account and a Japanese phone number. But my accommodation before I get there, because I will not have an apartment when I first get there, I'm going to be staying in an Airbnb, like I stated before. Hotels that allow pets are really hard to find in Japan, because most of the hotels, if they do allow pets, it's only service animals and not like just random pets, and my dog is not a service animal. So Airbnbs are more accommodating to pets because they are properties that people rent out. I'm sure you know what an Airbnb is, but the only thing is that I totally recommend doing an Airbnb anyway, even if you aren't bringing a pet, because they're just significantly cheaper than hotels. But I will say to please be careful, because it is a big problem in specifically Japan and Korea that people run illegal Airbnbs all the time. And obviously always read the reviews. Like, if it is illegal, like, someone is going to put in the comments, in the reviews, that it's illegal. But sometimes you may not know it's illegal until you actually book it and they give you the instructions to go in. And if the instructions are shady, if they're like, go in this secret entrance, or like be really stealthy going in, then it's probably an illegal Airbnb, that you're not supposed to really be there. I think it's so funny that it's a problem. But yeah, I always stay in an Airbnb. But yeah, be careful with that. But I do recommend staying in an Airbnb. Right, what are we on? 5? The 5th thing? We'll say that. 4th or 5th. I don't remember. I'm losing count, guys. Whatever. It doesn't matter. The 4th or 5th thing I'm doing to prepare is doing research beforehand. This is so important, and I don't know why some people don't do this. But first of all, like, a good example of this is, like I said earlier, to get an apartment, you need a Japanese phone number, because you need a Japanese phone number to get a Japanese bank account. And a lot of people are scrambling to try to get a Japanese phone number when they're in the country. But actually, you can get a Japanese phone number before you even get into Japan. There are a lot of different services that you can choose from that mail you the card, the little SIM card that goes in your phone before you're even in the country. I'm picking Sakura Mobile because from my research, it seems like it's a really good, like, popular one, and it is decently priced, so I will be going with that one. But they literally will send you the SIM card to your home or to your airport, wherever the hell you want it, and you can have that for when you're in Japan, and you won't have to, that's one less thing you have to worry about. I've also been doing a lot of research on how you acquire a Japanese bank account, and it does seem a little bit difficult, I won't lie, a little bit difficult. But just do your research. Like, just do your research. Don't go there completely blindsided, because you're just going to be even more stressed. Like, I think that I've got it pretty under control as far as what I want to do. I'm pretty prepared, and that puts me at ease. I have 8 months to go. Like, I still have a long time, but, like, it just puts me at ease that I, am a little bit more prepared, you know. So, the next thing I am doing to prepare is, kind of along with just doing my research, and I will be getting in contact with realtors soon to schedule, tours of Japanese apartments before I'm even in the country, so that they're lined up for me when I get there. That way I'm not waiting like 2 or 3 weeks before I have an apartment. I'm hoping that within the first week I can get an apartment. I'm hoping. Maybe that's wishful thinking. It could be wishful thinking. but I am hoping that within the first week or week and a half, I will be able to get a Japanese apartment and I will not have to stay in an Airbnb anymore. I think that's all I'm doing to prepare. I'm sorry this video was so rambly. That's normally how my videos are. That's just how I like to do it. But yeah, I hope that you were excited, and I will make more in this little series about me moving, and then when I get there, of course, I will vlog so much. And then I'll try to be more consistent now vlogging as well, because it is fun. I love doing it. I love making videos, uploading videos, you know. But yeah, I hope that you're excited for this too, because I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I think I forgot to mention, but the language school I'm going to is in Shinjuku, so I'm gonna be living right in. Sorry, my dog just tweaked out. I am gonna be living right in Tokyo, so that's really fun. That's really cool. Biggest city in the world. Pretty excited. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed these ramblings about how I'm preparing. And yeah, I'll try to be more consistent. I will be more consistent. I'm not gonna try. I will be more consistent, I promise. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. It will not be months and months from now, I promise. Okay. Bye.